Noah here from American Trucks, and in front of me I have the Putco Luminix LED grill emblem for the 17 and newer F250 Super Duty without the forward-facing camera. Grill emblems that have LED lights in them are growing in popularity, and they really can transform the front end of your truck. If you're looking for an LED touch to make your truck look more modern, then a lit grill emblem would be a good addition to your rig. To be clear though, this will only fit trucks without a forward-facing camera. This little guy can pack a pretty big punch, as you can see, and it really does transform the grille of your F250. Even when it's turned off, this emblem looks better than the factory one with that black finish behind the Ford logo, and then the pop and contrast of the logo itself. Putco's emblem is also licensed by Ford as well, so you know it's going to be decent and not super cheap and gimmicky. And there also is a startup sequence as well for that cherry on top. In terms of construction, this LED emblem does get mounted on the front of the truck outside, so it's weatherproofed so moisture can't damage the LEDs. In the manufacturing process, a corrosion-resistant coating is also applied, so this thing stays looking great for a really long time. The emblem is designed to fit on the front grille only, but if you want these for the tailgate as well, we do have those on our site too. Then to finish everything off, this guy does come with a 2-year warranty from the manufacturer. This emblem from Putco costs around $250 all said and done, and I definitely say that at that price point, it is still one of the cheaper upgrade options out there to install in the grand scheme of things. So if you're looking to get some curb appeal on a budget, a grill emblem may be a good thing for you to consider. Installing this emblem might prove to be a little difficult to some DIYers out there. Now, according to the site, this will require a little bit of mechanical skill. It's an install difficulty of 2 out of 3 wrenches, and it should take you about an hour to get the job done. That's enough for me though. I'm gonna hand you over to one of our AT customers who's gonna walk you through that install process step by step.
All right guys, so this will be everything that you need to install the Putco light. So you will need a heat gun. You will need a 1/4-inch ratchet, whether DeWalt or, and it doesn't really matter, 10mm socket and an 8mm socket. 1/4-inch extension, a set of crimpers, flathead, preferably as long as you can get, screwdriver, a trim panel puller, T25 and T30 Torx bits, pair of snips, black heat shrink. Do not skimp out on this. Get the Super 33 black heat shrink, or black tape. It will last you so much longer than that cheap Amazon stuff. Wire strippers, some black heat shrink, thread locker, and an assortment of butt splices and connectors and zip ties. And of course, the provided wiring harness for this.
What's going on, guys? My name is Tori, and today we're going to be installing the Putco LED grill emblem on my 2019 Super Duty.
All right, guys, so first things first is we gotta get all these push pins out. I'll do this side and then I'll move over there and show you guys how that's done. So, air filter. And if you just get underneath that tab, so now we have 4 push pins up here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 along here. This front row we need to get off. So let's get these first. Like I said, underneath it, and it pops right up. It should look just like that. Do that to all 4 of them. There's that 4. Be easy on them, you don't want to break them. If you do break them, I mean, you can go easily find these at AutoZone or any of your auto stores next to your house. One more over here. All right, that's done for the middle. and we'll move over to that side. Okay, now we're on the driver's side, so we have 2 more push pins to trim panel pieces to pull out. And these ones right here in the corner are such a pain to get out, but you know what you're doing to get them out. So now we need to remove our 10mm bolt and pull this off. I'll show you guys how that's done right now. Okay, so now that all of our push pins are out, the 4 up here and all along the front, this should just pop right off. We'll just set it right there for now, and that will give us 10mm bolts that we have to take out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them total. So okay, those are all 8 10mm bolts that are holding your front grille onto your truck. Okay, so now that we removed our 10mm bolts all along the top and our plastic cover, you're gonna want to put your fingers in here, kind of fingers right there, just give it a firm pull, just like that, you see? Kind of release that side. So we're gonna do the same on the other side. You gotta take your flathead and push down in this little, and it'll kind of pop it out. Same for this one, just push down and you see it came out just like that. Okay, so here are the other 2. Gonna wanna get in there, pop that one, this one as well. There you go. Now that is free. Okay, now that we have successfully removed the plastic shroud, the 8 10mm bolts, unhinged both sides of the grill, both sides, we have pushed the 4 pins down, 4 or 2 on each side. Now it's free and we can successfully bring it off. Now we need to run our wires from this location down, back. I'm gonna do it to my upfitter switches because I want to be able to turn it on and off whenever I want. I don't want it to be on all the time. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so as you guys can tell, I pretty much cut a rough length of what I think I would need, and I put it in wire loom. You know, I want it to stay protected, so you know that's what we're gonna do, is keep it protected. So I'm gonna take this end, the part that goes to the upfitters, and let's see, we're gonna route it through there. This is where we need to be. That hanging. And then there's a little knockout. There's a little right here in this little corner. There's a little piece of little area you can slide the wire through. Okay. Now that we got it past this point, let's just pull it through until you have about, you know, your desired length, maybe 6 to 8 inches of wire just here, just for safekeeping. And then we're gonna go down under this frame, just like that. Up through there. And now we're gonna route it along this back side. Okay, so now we're on the driver's side of the engine bay. Wrapped it underneath the radiator support. Sorry. And now I'm gonna go behind the windshield washer fluid and run it back behind the tubes, and you're starting to follow the factory wiring. There's factory wiring all throughout here. There's a little channel. So go underneath our coolant, just so you guys can get a better look. We ran the wire back behind this coolant, and if you see down in there, kind of see it, there is factory wiring harness already. So we're just going to zip tie to that and do our connections over here. Okay, so this is our wiring harness. I left about 6 to 8 inches right there. And then I went through that little channel right there. That brought me up to here. So I ran down under the radiator support, back through there, behind the windshield wiper fluid. So there is the factory wiring harness and there is our wiring harness. I pathed it through there behind the coolant and to our upfitter switches. All right guys, so I just showed you the pathway that I was taking through my wiring harness. And now I'm gonna zip tie it. And so we want to keep us a good amount there, so that's fine for now. Throw a zip tie right here. There's nowhere really to zip tie it to, so just kind of do your best, just securing it and getting it out of the way. So now we have our 6 to 8 inches of slack right here, and we already got the Ford emblem on my grill, so we can throw the grill back on and light it up and see what happens. Everything should go good. So now we'll just reverse all those steps and put it all back together, see what happens. All right guys, so here's my wiring harness I ran and zip tied already and showed you guys. So I'm running up down there through that crack, back down underneath my radiator support, be back side of the window reservoir, zip tied it to a factory wiring harness there, ran it back to over here. Here are the leads, and I zip tied it one last time right there. And here are my factory upfitter switches. So that is what I will do now, is hook it up. Okay, so now we'll take our upfitter switches and we'll untape them from the bundle. So if you read on this paper, it'll say, you know, which upfitter switches they're going to. And then you got brown, run, start, out. So we'll locate the brown wire, brown and red. That's our brown. Take this, chop that down, and then we'll strip it. That right there. Twist it real nice. Take a little bit off. And apply our butt connector. Take our crimpers. We will give it a nice crimp. It's not going anywhere. Tug test it. Slide this on to your brown wire, your run, start, stop. Locate the wires that we ran. Finish zip tying them. Get it nice and tight. Now what we're gonna do is, so our red wire is gonna go to this brown wire. Give this a nice cut. A little more than that. You want a really nice connection.
when you hook this one up, this will be your main power. So, I mean, no matter what, you want a good connection, but this one, you don't want this exposed anywhere, anything sticking out. Then you take this and give it a nice crimp. There we go. Tug test not coming out. Slide your heat shrink over. Okay. And like I said, 33 black tape, electrical tape. Wrap it around. Stick these back here, and then I'm gonna get these all taped back up nicely, zip tied, and put right there. So I have a ground right here that I used for my radar detector. I hooked it up to an upverter switch 1. So once I turn it on, turn it off, just because the mute on it gets really annoying. So we're just gonna go right there. I'll just get a fork lug and put it right there. So let's strip this out just a little bit more. That should be good. I'll be right back with a fork. So we'll need an 8mm to loosen this up. Don't take it off all the way, there's no need to. Just enough. So make sure your fork, there you go. I'll just slide right up under there. Make sure it is the right size. It is. We might need to go with a blue. Yeah. So we're gonna go with the blue one because it's a smaller wire gauge. And slide that on like so. Take your crimpers. Get them to open all the way. Set it on in there. That was cool. Now that's done, we will now take it under here. Cable management, guys. Cable management. Now take our 8mm, make sure they're on there nicely, and tighten. So when I got all of these wires, they were all taped up already, so I'm gonna tape them back up. I'm just gonna lay it right there and zip tie it. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is take the old emblem off. If you had the front-facing camera or the wiper fluid, that you'd have to disconnect it from here before pulling it off the grill. I don't have it, so it's a lot easier. So these are 10mm bolts. Go ahead and take these off. Okay, make sure you keep all your hardware together. I highly suggest getting one of these to put all your nuts and bolts in. You can't lose them, simple. I used a hand tool on these threads just because they're a little smaller, probably easier to strip, so didn't want to strip them out. Okay, so now with the grill flipped over, it should just come right out, just like that. So now we are going to take this off of the bench so we can get our Putco LED light ready. Okay, so for this step, you will need your Putco light, some blue Loctite, Torx bits, preferably if you get all of them in one. I mean, it's just more convenient to have them all if you're not really doing really big projects and just need a Torx bit here and there. So then you will need the wiring harness and the studs that came with your light. Like these. Just put a dab. Oop. More dab. You're gonna insert them in the hole. Sure it's nice and tight. Same thing for the other. Little blue Loctite. And thread it in the hole really tightly. As tight as you can get it. I mean, if you don't want to use any tools on this, you don't want to mess the threads up or anything, that would be a bummer. So we'll put these off to the side and get our grill up here. Okay, so I let these dry for a little bit, and I'm noticing a problem. When I put it in, the wire, even if I snake it in the middle, it's not allowing it to sit flush on this side. So what I think we're gonna do is drill a tiny hole right here, and I'll show you here in a minute, just to feed our wire through and just so it sits nice and flush. Okay, so as you can see, that wire right there, there's no hole for it. So I'll have to mark that out with the Sharpie so we can, sit flush. Because this side, nice and flush. That one, not so much. Okay, so I marked out where it's gonna be. I'm gonna be using a smaller drill bit to start. You wanna be really careful. You might wanna hold the bottom because there's 2 layers of plastic. And we're gonna go with a little bit of a bigger bit. That one right there. And do the same thing. Now we're just gonna make this hole just a little bigger. No big deal. And so you can see what I did. Just made a hole right there. It's not gonna affect anything. This black piece has its own backing. Behind this is just the chrome that's on top, so shouldn't have a problem. I'm gonna cut this right here and then butt splice it so I don't have to drill a big hole in my grill. My cutters here. So you wanna give yourself enough room to play with. I mean, you don't wanna just cut it right here at the light. So right here should be fine. Yeah, we'll do right here. No going back now. So now, wires in there. Scoot down in your hole. And look at that. Nice and clean there. I mean, the fitment is there now. Go ahead and flip this around. Well, I'm gonna get one of the provided nuts and just stick it on there so it doesn't fall out. That would suck to have to do things twice. Okay, so I got one nut unscrewed, and we'll flip it around and then we'll be back. Okay, now with it flipped over, you can see the one nut that I already started. So tighten that up, and this is an 8mm nut. So you want to make sure it's even. Just put your fingers on either side and just kind of make sure it's even. Up and down. And 8mm socket. Don't use an impact gun or an impact wrench. It's not worth the headache if you strip something out. Very carefully. Now tighten this one. Okay, so you guys remember we had to drill that hole to get these wires through, so we cut them. So now take our wire strippers and we are going to splice about a 1/2 inch. Maybe a little more. Should be good. Good. Give them a nice twist. Give them a nice twist. The piece we cut off, connector end. Do the same for that, about a 1/2 inch. Give them a nice spin. So, take our butt connector. I like to, when I put it in there, kind of twist it the way the wire is going. And that'll allow it for it to go on a little better. Same for this one. Twist it, spin it. We're gonna take our crimpers. Give it a tug. Nothing. Do the same for the red. And take our black heat shrink. Find the end of it. We need 2 pieces, so what I'll do, take it like this, and I would like a little more, so I'll cut about that off. These were already crimped. Slide your heat shrink on. Slide your heat shrink on the red. Okay, when you got your heat shrink on, now you just connect red to red, black to black. Nice little spin. Spin it in there. Take your crimpers. Make sure you're getting the actual crimp side and not where the unsheathed wire is. Tug test. Good. This one. Black to black. Same thing, make sure you're getting the crimp side and not the sheathing. So crimp, tug test. Now throw your heat shrink on both of them. Take your heat gun. I like to just keep it in one spot for the longest, and then it'll slowly all start to shrink, as you're seeing right now. Okay. Those ones are both good. And what I like to do is, again, take some more tape. Take some more tape and just tape them, because they are going to be exposed to the elements a lot. Tape them up. So you already got the heat shrink on it, so it's not really that big of a deal that you have them. You tape them together. I mean, it's already protected. They're not going to touch. We just want a nice weatherproofing on it. Make sure it's real tight. There we go. Just connect the back on. Okay, now you guys saw me run the wires to the upfitter switches, all the way, zip tied all the way around. And here's our connector right here. Now it's time to install the grill. So lift up. Right now would be the time. If you misplaced any of these little clips along the way, put them in now. Right now is the time. You want to put all your screws in and then tighten them. Because if you tighten one, then the other ones probably won't line up. So 10 millimeter 1/4 inch socket. And be careful when you're doing this, you don't want I'm just using this. I know what I'm doing. If you didn't know what you were doing, you did. I am just going to plug the end from our light. This end is from our light, and this end is from our upfitter switch. So just plug these in for now. There we go. Okay, so now we have it connected. Let's try and see if it works, and then we'll tidy it all up. All right, let's see if it works. Now it's off. So we wired it correctly. So now I'm gonna take these wires and I'm gonna zip tie them up. Well, first of all, let me throw some tape around that. I don't want it coming loose. Or coming undone or getting water in it, so pick your poison. A lot of things could happen, so go one right here. All right, so it's coming through there. Zip tied it right there. Those are the two conjoining, taped the connector, and then ran it back, and then just zip tied it to the hood latch cabling. So it should be fine exactly where it is. And our light works. So we'll put this shroud back on and call it a night. Don't even need this anymore. So now, just our push pins and that convenient little tray I was telling you about. Just there we go. Cool.
That was the Putco Luminix LED grill emblem for the 17 and newer F250 Super Duty without the forward-facing camera. For all things F250 Super Duty, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.